Thank you for joining me for another one of my videos. My name is Cliff. I'm doing a series on called 99 Problems, but my God ain't one. I must apologize for the two people that watch my videos and say that I'm sorry for having to say that. My first title of this video is 99 Problems, but my God ain't one, and I'm sorry for saying it again. But for people that haven't seen any of my videos, that would mean the person that hasn't watched it yet. I apologize to you. Okay, this video I'm going to call number 85, and I call it World Leaders and Presidents. This comes right after the titles video, and the reason why I'm placing it here is because it's, in my opinion, it's the best or most obvious place that it should go, right after titles. I explained in titles that we are confused by our titles. We are attached to our titles. In one of my earlier videos, I think it's number 95 or 94, it's human emotions. Our human emotions are attached to who we think we are. We try to attain these titles through going to school or trying to reach certain goals. You want to run your own business or whatever, and you want to get a certain status so you can reach a certain level or belief of what you think you should be in life. And these are all called basically titles. The US president is supposed to be the most powerful person or titled person in the world. And that's by our deception as well. If you look at things by an educational standpoint, you'll realize that the most influential person in the world is the Pope. The Pope is the most influential person in the world. But the most powerful person in the world would be the Black Pope. And I'm sure nobody has heard of the Black Pope before. But I'm going to leave it at that with the title of the Black Pope. And I'm going to say that you should do your own research and find out more about who the Black Pope is and how much power he has. These titles that we are given ourselves or we honor are one of our deceptions, the biggest deceptions, because we believe in the world like God told us not to. And the Bible says, do not be like the world. Go and live in it, but don't be like the world, meaning don't believe in all the deception in the world. And all these things that we have that are outside when you walk out the door is in a deception mode. Even though we are spiritual, we are invisible, who we are, that comes inside us, our bodies. We are the only real form of hardware there is, and that's a term only a computer geek is going to really understand. We are the only real piece of hardware. If there's anything physical in this whole world, really physical, it's us, our spiritual beings. That's the only thing that is really real.
Hey, how the hell did you get out of your tank?
You're talking to a Tatul again.
You again. How'd you get into my apartment? What are you doing here?
I came to give you a message.
It's kind of a long trip for a message, don't you think?
I'm not really here, Pacman. It's an illusion, like life. I came to give you a message.
It's kind of a long trip for a message, don't you think?
I'm not really here, Pacman. It's an illusion, like life. It's best not to make this any more difficult than it has to be. There are things you'll come to know along the way in this journey.
You sign yourself away to the deception of what's in the world. And our world leaders have all combined themselves and gathered up themselves for our demise. Like it says in Revelation 13, all the kingdoms will come together. The 10 kingdoms will come together as one and give all the power to one. And this is where we're at right now. It's already happened behind closed doors. The deals have been already made. But for you and I that live in the world on a regular basis, going from work 9 to 5 or from 11 to 7 in the morning, have been deceived into believing in our world leaders are taking care of our country's issues or country's matters separately from other countries. That is only been the deception that they have been running on for a couple hundred years. The plan made many years ago, before the 19th century, before the 19th century ended, that these wars would happen. If you read the material coming from Albert Pike set out the stage that these things would happen. These 3 wars would happen. And the final war is about to happen. Or, excuse me, it's already started. So we're already in the final 3rd war, World War. And this last one is going to be the end all of end alls. In the Bible it says 1/4 to 1/3 will disappear very rapidly, like the burning of a fire, and the rest, the next third, will die by sufferings of pestilence and famine. No food. You've been deceived into not knowing what's going on in agriculture, in the water supply, and all these things are made to happen. These destruction of the earth is not by accident. It's intentional, so you will not survive. People have got to wake up. Our world leaders are more our enemies than our friends. And even themselves, when they make these deals behind closed doors, the next one that walks out the door is being targeted too. There's no people on this place that we can say that we can trust. Only God. He was the only one that we were ever supposed to trust, is God.
Why don't we think about all this that is going on just as a preamble? You got any plans after this? You have a rather unique skill set. I'd be interested in offering you a job.
Work. For you.
It's not really as bad as it seems. It's all going to be done in any case. You might as well be on the side that gets you well paid for your efforts.
And what side are you on?
There are no sides. There's no Sunnis and Shiites. There's no Democrats and Republicans. There's only haves and have-nots.
What exactly does working for you entail, Senator? Huh? Raping and murdering innocent women and children, you sick f***? You sanctioned the mass murder of an entire village so a pipeline could go through.
One village! And it brought stability to the region, which means that no one chops off their arms because their grandmother's grandfather belonged to a different tribe. They like us down there, boy. This is a country where the Secretary of Defense can go on TV and tell the American public, oh, that this is about freedom, it's not about oil. And nobody questions him because they don't want to hear the answer because it's a lie. There's only so many places at the table, Gunny. Now, are you on the inside or are you on the out?
It's the FBI. It's gonna be okay. Hold this.
One of them betrays the principles of the
I don't think so, Senator. What are you doing? Saving our lives. That proved you were innocent! Nobody out here is innocent. This stuff's plutonium. Nobody can handle it without dying. You hand it over to the authorities, it's just gonna disappear along with us. Unless you want to get buried in the hills outside Terlingua. I'm out, old man. I'm just a peckerwood who lives in the hills with too many guns. You happy? Where do you think you're going?
Washington, you gonna shoot a sitting U.S. senator in the back?
Lord knows I wanna.
I didn't think so.
Let him go.
Got your rifle. From the beginning, they've always had your rifle. Recovered at the site. You can talk as much as you want, but in the end, you're gonna die by lethal injection. And I'm going to go back to what I was doing.
Man is weak. He's been weak from the beginning of time. And God knows this. Your Holy Father knew this from the beginning. So this is why he gave you the scriptures. Because without the scriptures, we would be lost. It's so lost that there's no words for how lost we would be. God didn't want Satan to have everything. And this is why he gave us the book of knowledge. I hope this video does good for you, or you can understand what I'm trying to say to you. It's hard to see how great and how powerful God is. All that he controls. He controls. He's been warning you. He's been talking to you. He's talking to you right now using my lips. But he is so powerful. Everything that is in the world has been already seen. It's already been played out. And he gave us free choice and free will. So I know those things don't even, those two sentences really doesn't make any sense, how everything has been played out. But you have free will, where you're going to be. You have a choice. You have a choice. We are made to think in a mathematical sense, but we are not mathematical. We are spiritual. And we have a choice. I hope that God can open your heart to, in your spirit that lives in you, to know that he is your Father. And he is calling you right now. Don't let the world leaders call you, because they are calling you into the pit. You raise your hand against your brother, you have to get your hearts in a straight line with God. The time is coming shortly. I'm not here to scare anybody. I'm here to open your minds, because you're going to the Father. Hopefully you get this message. I'm trying so hard.